have one decision made. TNC have guaranteed them a spot into the playoffs. Whereabouts in that playoffs, we're not quite sure yet because we need results to go their way over the last 3 results. We're going to move on to our next game now, which is a very big game for both teams for differing reasons. LGD versus OG. We're back at the panel once more with Jack, Winter, and Kyle. Kyle, in many ways, LGD on paper should win this because of the form that they've shown, not just here, but over the last couple of months. And OG necessarily, they've improved a little bit, but they haven't improved that much. Can you see them winning this game?
Have they improved since they got rid of Resolution? Because previously they were making it out of group stages, whereas now they're fighting for elimination, or to stave off elimination.
That's true, yeah.
I think that this is a must-win game. If there were ever a must-win game for OG, this is it. LGD's on a tear, but I don't think that we can argue yet that they're even top 5 in the world. After this event, maybe they have an argument, but sure. We have to see how it plays out. And OG, like, they still see themselves as major champions, and they're not a team that wants to share a spotlight with Pain, Effect, and Keen Gaming.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely that's a very good point. They're both 11th and 12th right now, Winter, in the DPC, which says an awful lot about their form over the whole season, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like, OG has been struggling. I mean, they won MDL, yeah. But after that, it was mediocre results. After mediocre results, they have a roster swap, and like what Carl mentioned, they are not really even improving. They have problems within the team, and every 2 weeks there's a patch. When you already have a problem with the team, then the patch kicks in. It makes it even more difficult for you to deal with.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Jack, isn't it? Because this was a team that thrived on brand new patches in the past. We'll often remember back to, I think Frankfurt was the first one, obviously, as part of the major season, where there was a patch just before. They were brilliant at it right out of the gate. And again, the next major, we had a patch just before. Again, they learned how to deal with it quick. This doesn't suit them at all, does it?
Yeah, I think also around that time there's a large period of time where they tend to play a little bit slower. They tend to go towards big ult with their drafts, and I think the game itself at the time was much more allowing for that. So you talk about, remember, the early shrines being available. The jungle wasn't the nerfed kind of mess that it is now. There are ways you could recover, and that really suited their playstyle quite a bit. I think just in recent months, these slower teams, you see the Vichis and OGs being kind of punished by this, where you can't just come out of lanes with a deficit and expect to recover with 1 or 2 fights unnecessarily like that. I think that's been punitive for them as well. And now they have to change the person who they play around, because again, with Ana and Resolution, the similarity there was that guy was kind of the feature core. It's like a 4 protect 1 in a sense, right? Now Mad, you want him to be in that position, but he plays different heroes from these guys. So
it seems like they're going more into like a protect 2, and they're activating S4 mostly as the change, and then
more like EG, do you think, where they're quite happy to sack Mad and just let him do whatever he needs to do?
Yeah, but as Jack just said, like, it's just so counter to the philosophy that literally like that won them majors, and so far they really haven't had that much success, even with some unconventional picks. Like, they saw them play mid Magnus a couple games. They're like one of the only teams still picking Dazzle, and none of these seem to be really like
secret pick Dazzle, but a mid Dazzle.
Yeah.
the 4 Pango, like
yeah, it's just like, it feels like it almost feels like they have too many ideas, right? And I don't know.
I actually don't. I don't think having too many ideas is the biggest problem. I think having a 5-man lineup that doesn't work together is the bigger problem. The composition, like No-Tail and Sebastian, personally, I feel their playstyles don't mesh well together at all. That's why they're having a lot of problems. And you see the supports of their team, Jerax and Flight, they're often doing weird stuff around the map because they're unsure about where to go, what to do.
Right.
A lot of this kind of things happens because when the composition of the team doesn't mix up.
Yeah, when they had Miracle, there was a very defined difference, wasn't there?
It was
between
very
the style of No-Tail and how he played.
Very clear what they need to do.
Beastmaster.
Earthspirit Beastmaster. I'm not sure how I like the Beastmaster versus Willow matchup. Theoretically,
you can cancel her TP in
That's
Shadow
true.
Realm on the creep, roll on the creep.
That.
Oh, that was one game, yeah.
Yeah, well, we were watching it together. We were like, cancel, and he didn't roar the creeps. And I was thinking to myself, man, if this was VGJ Storm I was watching, MSS would have canceled that TP, because I've seen him do it many times, but of course he's not an offlaner anymore.
So we see the Dark Willow Puck, the combo opening here from LGD. I was actually quite surprised that a lot of teams are not opting to go for this opening, and I had a little thought about it. Why
the coil into fear?
No, I mean, I was thinking about why they don't pick the combo up faster, because I've seen teams like they pick the Dark Willow and Puck, then they pick, they don't pick the Dark Willow and Puck in the first 2, but they pick it like one in the first phase, the Puck later on. I was trying to figure out why, because I felt like it was a pretty solid opening. Do you feel like this opening limits you? Like you want to have these two heroes together, but does it limit you in the draft?
I don't think so. I think Puck is perfect because EG and Complexity in the past played that as 4. I think someone in China did it as well once or twice. Willow is probably one of the best, if not the best 5 in the game right now. And Puck can still be a core in every lane. So it gives away nothing. It's just more about whether you think these two heroes are countered by any specific heroes or concepts that render them ineffective or limit your draft. And
you're going to say Pit Lord, right?
I mean, there is Pit Lord, of course. Like Dragon Knight. I think Earth Spirit's actually quite good against both. It kind of is like a both-way relationship where if Earth Spirit can get on top of Puck or vice versa, they can just kill the other quickly. But it's all about who jumps who first. However, I do like Earth Spirit against Puck. I don't know what the word, I call them like frame canceling or same frame stuns. Nyx has one as well, Lion and Earth Spirit, where you can Yule someone that has the ability to render themselves invulnerable through like phase shift or their own Yules, and you can stun them as they come down. And there's no way for a Puck to phase shift a perfectly timed boulder or silence as he comes out of the Yules.
I think there's only one way, right? BKB.
Yeah, exactly. BKB is like a different instance.
It's got the priority or
yeah,
something.
Exactly. It's like I'm trying to think of like an example. It's like a trump, right? It just sort of like BKB just trumps the stun, whereas abilities do not because of how the game client registers the instance of disable.
That was complicated.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you were about to use the phrase frame cancelling, which I haven't heard since my Dead or Alive days. And it's a very common phrase that you'll hear in the FGC. But nice comparison. I like that.
It matters. There are other examples of that, like with the Disruptor kind of lingering and then being able to outplay some of those skills, like with Puck or Ember Spirit or Phantom Lancer even.
Yep.
Pretty good pick there to negate some of the magic damage, Rubik.
I like it. It's just issue with Rubik Earth Spirit is like
the support duo is like kind of weak early.
They don't do anything. They're roamers, right? If you have advantageous lanes, it's very good because you can find kills in them. But if you're in a position where, like, let's say LGD runs like 2 strong dual lanes, you're gonna have issues. And they go with the Tusk instead. I like Tusk a lot against Rubik and Earth Spirit because it's easy to. It's really just easy to kill them. Rubik specifically has a very hard time dealing with Tusk. You want to play like in the back of the fight, and he just kind of finds you. You have multiple interrupts, and I think, ooh.
I'm sure you like that pick a lot.
I like it. I would have hoped they could save it for last pick. I think Lesh can be a little. It can just. There's a lot of stuff that's difficult for him to deal with. This became like a. I could see like a Drow from LGD, but nobody plays that hero anymore. I just believe in Puck Drow. But when you're playing against Lesh, you typically want like these BKB carries, like Lifestealer, Jug. Nyx is still in the pool, but you really don't want a Nyx here. Your LGD's damage output would be too small. I could see like a Sniper, but he could have a hard time.
I think Lifestealer would be solid for them, and it feels like the Lesh could die a lot this game if he's not careful.
Yeah, I think a Lifestealer makes the most sense here. They already have delivery with Puck and Tusk. And if you look at OG's lineup, like, sure, they can roar him, but that's really all they have. And there it is.
Okay.
It's also just very LGD China Dota, you know?
Yep.
It's
stable.
like the Jug last game, exactly. It's a very clear and defined role within the game. It secures you the late game, easy to understand item timings.
They've got a little bit of flexibility, LGD, in terms of their last pick, though, because that Puck is played by both Chalice and maybe as well. So
I think they need like a more another strong
core.
Yeah, single core Lifesteal in this might be a bit rough. It's a little all-in-ish, so probably Chalice.
You think the Puck will go to Chalice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see
lightly.
I could see like a Medusa coming out. But they could also.
How about Shadowfiend?
Yeah.
I like SF. I think SF is probably better. I just think it's a solid hero, and I mean they do have maybe so.
Yep.
Or Somnus, whoever wants to call himself.
No.
No,
Just maybe.
Okay.
Shadowfiend, Lina, they get something.
Were you not on the panel yesterday when we were talking about that? Or the day before last it was. Yeah, nobody calls him that anyway. Like he keeps changing his name to this other name, and nobody calls him it. Like even in China, they're like, nope, we're just ignoring that. He's just maybe.
Nice try.
Yeah.
No Shadowfiend.
Yeah, this is a good ban. I like it. As you said, it was probably it fits the lineup the best.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, Because it's just they need another BKB hero, right? That's really what you're looking for now if you're LGD. You want either a hero that's like tanky enough to live through the burst because they don't have like real save outside of like, you know, Tusk and Willow are okay, but they're going to get roared or silenced by Earth Spirit. Lesh is going to run at them. And you want something that can posture because Puck and Lifestealer want to play around this last pick hero.
I think Viper is also another possibility.
Oh,
Viper's banned.
Oh, Viper's, wait.
First banned by LGD, yeah. I always miss that one too, especially if it's something unexpected.
Tell you what is still out there is the OD.
It's just not a
not
good
as
OD.
good.
There's a lot of like I think OD is you don't want to like play against Earth Spirit, Beastmaster. I don't know. I don't feel good about.
Yeah. You need something naturally tanky or something that can just buy like drums and BKB. They have a lot of time to think about it. If I had a hero list, that should be a lot easier.
What if they put maybe on the Puck and then bring something like the Brew in for Chalice?
I like that. I don't know if you want to brew. You can't Underlord because there's a Rubik in the game.
But you can Pango.
You could. You could. I mean, only Secret runs it, but you could Bristleback here. I love Bristleback.
Not bad. Yeah, it's actually quite not bad.
I think Puck mid makes a lot of sense. Or all right, Sniper it is. I'm okay with it, but
I feel like the Sniper can die easily also. Earth Spirit,
that's why I don't like it. You know, if they get on top of him, he kind of just dies, and that hero like can't die in the right team.
But he has Dark Willow and Tusk.
That's true.
The other mid also can die. I think it's like how the dual roam goes early, how the supports move early on. It's going to determine a lot of that.
I also look at they had such a good anti-Rubik game. Like really, just the Willow has like a ton of good Rubik spells to steal. But if he ever gets Shrapnel, like it makes their team fight. Like look at their lineup with the Shrapnel on Rubik, right? It's just they just crush through a fight.
Is he going to get close enough though for that?
It's going to be 5 Rubik, so it's going to be difficult for sure.
What is No Tier going to play though?
That's a good question.
Anti-sniper hero, Spectre.
I was saying, thinking that there's a lifesteal in the pool. I don't think it will work. Maybe you do you CK here? So really, like you maybe
they have quite good AOE though. Like Park, I think Park, Dark Willow, Tusk. The Sigil is really good against Siege.
You want something that synergizes with the Beastmaster though, and I think you want more of a frontliner. Like make Lesh easier to just have a role in the game. I think it's gonna be like some Lycan type here. Lycan, CK. I could maybe see. I don't like Lone Druid actually. Lone Druid just gets kited.
I don't like
killed.
Lone Druid against.
Yeah, you can't pick that here. It's Sniper too. It's a real problem. PL. Wow, I didn't even think about PL. That's solid. It's rough against Puck. Not doesn't really deal with the Sniper.
You kind of just need Radiance on Lifestealer to deal with that. Both
can work.
Both the last picks are quite unsure, like for both teams here.
I think throwing you off, is it?
Yeah. The first 4 for both teams were pretty balanced, though. It's hard to like exploit any weaknesses in the other draft, but I feel like LGD might have an easier time finding their win condition, and I just feel like they've been playing better.
Yeah, they showed better form. I realized that mistake, Paul.
You did. That was something you tried to correct yesterday when you were 1 and 4th, 4,363,423
thanks for reminding.
down.
But today, you know, I'm on a good start, you know, so that's going to change.
No, I like the fact that you recognise, ignore the draft, just pick the team that you think is better than the better team. Well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, form. Jack, which way?
Yeah, I have to agree here. It's hard for me to... If it's a relative toss-up, I have to go with LGD here. I think they've consistently shown themselves to be better throughout this tournament, so I'm going with LGD.
Okay. Winter?
I'm going to go with LGD as well.
Okay.
They're the better team.
Damn it.
And you know what? I'm going to trust in the power of friendship with this new roster of OG.
All right.
And think that, you know, they have what it takes to almost win this game and then lose it to LGD.
I'm not sure if that was an OG prediction or an LGD prediction. The production have gone with LGD, so...
That's fine. Keep it like that.
The lesson here is that friendship is bad. That's what Kyle's trying to say.
Friendship indeed. Will friendship trump form? Let's find out as we head back to our commentary team for a very big game between LGD and OG.
Thank you very much, Reg. Yes, we're getting ready for this one, and it should be a bit of fun. We're getting the old Dark Willow again, that hero that's very comfortably sort of sat in first phase picks and bans nowadays.
Not just a Willow, the Willow Puck. So we've got the Terrorized Dream Coil. There's always going to be that aspect in the game, which I'm really looking forward to.
I don't know the win rate of that, but I would not be surprised if it was pretty high, those two heroes together, because that as we've seen, has destroyed many a team fight. And LGD as well, I thought it was very interesting to hear Carl pick up the fact that he liked the Lesh, but the way that it was picked up, there were still 2 picks left to go, and they get that life stealer against this. I mean, this can ruin the game of it.
S4.
Uh-oh.
He is dead.
He is certainly. And it will take it. Somnus will gets him that bit of a bonus to the mid lane as LGD find first blood. But yeah, there's definitely potential for this to be a rough game for the Lesh.
I also was looking at the draft of OG, and I was curious who's mid. And I think it's a Beastmaster mid.
Look at this as well. Can they get more out of this? They've got the sharp block.
Jerex does not have the role available.
It's still unavailable for a fair bit of time. He's dead it now, no tail.
He actually has a skilled doppel. They get 2 kills right off the bat. And the runes bottom are uncontested. There's so 2 bounty runes available bottom.
Oh, Fly's running.
And it is a Beastmaster mid versus a sniper.
Some would call him mad, and he is. Yeah, that's his name. Top lane.
They have 4 heroes up here right now, and Chalice Sports bottom.
So the Beastmaster. So how does this go against the sniper, do you think?
You have high base damage.
Yeah.
Just as long as you don't get harassed down, you can secure some last hits, but I still think it's going to be pretty tough with the headshots starting to favor, and I think they're going to make rotations too. But I think Beastmaster can actually get some farm. Like 66 damage compared to 49.
Yeah.
And we'll see. Mad
heavy right.
Mad likes to play these melee heroes mid, right? Like we've seen him play Magnus a bunch of times too.
Oh, don't mention the Magnus.
Okay.
There's OG fans watching. Yeah. That's been rough. We'll see how, as you say, he does on this melee hero instead, as the Magnus games haven't been too great for OG.
Oh, no one grabbed one of the bounty runes, dude. Look at this 1-minute bounty rune at the bottom. It's just sitting there.
Oh no.
That's
wasted.
That's a lot of gold.
Someone's got to find that.
That's a lot of gold.
That poor lone bounty rune. Not often that we see one of the original ones get left behind.
No, I mean it is really a good chunk of gold. So I mean that one's gonna fade away, and everyone will be sad. So Chalice in a 1v1 versus S4. Puck should win that one. The high base damage, being able to dodge a lot with phase shift, and they're running into full aggro tri-lane to try to shut down OG.
Yeah, do you like this? Do you like this decision from LGD then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom. Chalice actually gets caught by lightning as well as the stun.
Oh, S4.
He committed in, but he will be okay. S4 does have a level advantage now at the moment.
Oh, mid lane.
The creeps down.
Mad. He's getting run down here. The shrapnel, the chase down. Mad.
He's got a salve.
Oh!
He lives.
It will save him.
And this is what we were saying. Like he can get the last hits, but he's a melee versus sniper, so you can get peeped down pretty heavily on the chase with shrapnel. But that was all 3 shrapnels used.
Yeah, Mad does have the bottle out to him. Just got delivered. So sure, the salve was taken off, but as we say, did save his life there.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets the arcane rune, so he can regen back up a bit. The Tusk, this could be the rotation. They've got the shrapnel as well.
They have just the one. Is it going to be enough? The shards will sort of push him to the side. There you go. He's going in. He wants this one, FY. He says, I'm doing it for the team, and he's found it.
And Jerex off the mark with the roll, the kick. FY will juke it.
He gets out. That almost certainly looked like FY going for the suicidal play, but he survives. He walks it off. They found Mad, top lane.
The stun actually connects onto both of them there. He won't be able to make an aggressive move, though.
This mid lane, as you say, yeah, definitely vulnerabilities here for the Beastmaster. Even though when Mad is left alone in the 1v1, he can still CS absolutely fine, as we see. He is pretty much on par with the Farmer Somnus, 14 for 4, 14 for 2. Very close between the 2 mids, but just that little death that's going to hold Mad a bit back in that way.
Yeah, he just has to really watch out whenever there's shrapnel charges for the rotations, because he can easily die. Jerex. Looking for a roll in on top. They actually catch it on the lifesteal here, but he's got rage available, but he gets lifted first.
Yeah, they've got good control. Not quite enough, as he will be able to get himself to the side. In fact, Fly's just getting beat down by X-Nova. He'll pop a salve. Shadow Realm hit. Is it enough? Yes, it is. And X-Nova tried for the TP out, won't make it. They will be able to find the return kill. So just the 1v1.
Fairly even top lane.
Yeah, in terms of the farm on these 2 cores, again, pretty much even.
And it's also because like FY is moving around a lot to try to help the mid lane, and he is under a ward, so Mad will be okay. And you see Fly now TPing mid to refill the bottle so that this Beastmaster can keep the sustain versus the sniper.
Fly
S4's doing pretty damn well bottom, too. Bunch more denies than the puck. It does have a little bit of level advantage for the time being.
See what they can find. If anything, Chalice getting harassed back a little bit. S4, a little bit of the chase down. Looks to go for the stun, but just a little too speedy. Just getting himself out of the range of it. Mid lane, FY setting up again for Somnus. They take Mad out of the lane. Once again, LGD making these players onto the Beastmaster, and Fly was close by that time, but the telekinesis not enough to hold back LGD.
And they're going to get the instant D ward too. And FY, he's been doing this on his Tusk actually. I think all the games that I've seen, he buys the bottle and he TPs mid, just constantly just help out his mid laner.
It's paying off now for LGD as we see Somnus starting to get that CS advantage with the time that Mad has been knocked back out of the lane. Only slightly though. Still very close, but...
Yeah, close in last hits, but the net worth is very much there for Somnus, or maybe. I'm going to call him maybe. Oh, and Fly actually puts down a sentry and eats their sentry. So that ward will survive for the time being to try to at least give Mad a little bit of vision of the rotations of the Tusk.
And S4 playing very aggressively here onto Chalice.
Yeah.
Constantly trying to push Chalice away from the creep wave.
Yeah, it's 12 denies on the Lesh. He does have to be a bit careful when the puck hits 6, but OG's making the first move down here.
And no tail.
Chalice
has actually come down to join in a bit of the party, but the quick silence and jump up to the high ground, he's going to get himself away. So it looks like they want to shift the lanes around him and move No Tail down to the bottom. He was falling a little bit behind in farm up top. I mean, I wouldn't say he was necessarily suffering massively, but I guess they just want him to have an even better time down on the bottom lane. But a bit of an interesting lane switch up, as it wasn't going too terrible for them top.
It's a long rotation that he had to do, though. He actually misses the catapult last hit, 2 bottom, but he will be laning versus a puck.
Maybe they can catch LGD off guard with his S4 movement mid. That's going to be the snowball. Buying them some time, but there's 4 heroes of OG here.
Stun.
They get the 2-man boulder smash and the follow stun from S4. OG catching LGD off guard there with S4's movement towards the mid, but that wraparound, it looks like they weren't quite prepared for LGD. And OG get those crucial kills to sort of rectify the situation of Mad's lane.
They are really moving around a lot. Now they're going to use the Shrine of 3 heroes.
But now Mad is on his own.
And you see LGD was pinging mid lane a lot, pinging that ward in particular too. Just really wanting that one to get taken out so they can at least see. They also don't have their own defensive ward, so they don't see that wraparound, as you mentioned, from S4 to move mid. I think that actually might have been the reason why the last shot moving around. It was because like if puck hits 6, right, you can get killed easily from any hero rotating down. So I think like this, they're just like switching around because PL is going to be a lot harder to bring down. So that could be just a matchup change that they wanted to have. And S4 still continue to farm very well. But Ame and maybe at the time being still at the top of that net worth. FY trying to get a ward down here. He gets kicked, silenced into a roar.
They've got them.
He did.
Got the kill.
These the priority wards from OG, just putting both of their first obs in the mid lane to try to protect Mad. Getting themselves some big kills.
Dream Car's going to be dropped there. I mean, looks like Chalice had no interest following it up. Just wanted to play around with Jarex. As, yeah.
For the bounty room.
Why not? No sell. It's going to be matched once again in lane by Ame.
And it will be, of course, Radiance build versus beyond S4 top.
He's going to turn around with the stun. In fact,
does he get FY?
Oh, he can't quite. Chalice and FY able to find S4 before he brings one of the 2 of them down with him.
Maybe we see him rotate again.
I think there's Mad's come up as well. Was looking for the little axe play, but Alice keeps the distance. Bottom lane. Looking to go in onto the Dark Willow, but X-Nova shadow roams himself to safety. Not enough control here from those 2 heroes on OG to hold down the Willow.
OG being a lot more just making a lot more moves around the map with their heroes. They just don't want to have those like bad matchups in particular. But they're falling behind a little bit on the net worth because of it, and LGD, they're reacting accordingly. Just keep putting Ame versus that PL. Jarex on a bit of a warding expedition. He gets that one high ground ward. And he gets one behind the tower. So it looks like they're going to keep that emphasis on the mid lane, as they were doing in the first 5 minutes anyway. Nova. Which is fun.
So what they can get with this movement with the Beastmaster as they take map around the map. He has got Roar available. See if they can catch out Chalice from the smoke. They step forward instantly with telekinesis into Primal Roar. They'll hold him down for more than long enough. They've caught out the puck and can now try and push in. TP in from FY to S4. They're pretty aggressively here. He's looking for a stun opportunity, but a TP, in fact a couple of them coming through, will send OG moving backwards, heading away from this. As they'll back themselves out of there. Jerax still sitting down bottom.
LGD's gonna smoke themselves. They're trying to get something back since they're hemorrhaging some kills. They want to get back on the board.
Just popping the rage here. Chalice is going to TP forward. Boulder Smash comes through. They'll drop the Dream Core down as they're looking for the kill onto Notel, but Notel immediately goes for the TP out, and with nothing to cancel it, he will get himself back to safety. Did TP back to base though. There will be a little bit of extra time that he's away from the creeps. Mid lane, Mad trying to come through. Sentry is down, and he does not have Roar available.
And the deny on the catapult right in front of his face. They do have these wards though in the jungle, so they are going to watch Somnus at the time being farming in the jungle. But you see the cores from LGD still farming very well, even from all the rotations that OG's been doing. Mad though, with this invis, Roar is available in 2 seconds. But the invis is going to wear out any second now.
He's not going to be able to get a catch from it. It's gone.
Jerax is committing in though.
And they've actually TP'd out.
FY, he gets out as well.
They can't lock down either of them. In fact, up top,
mid lane, S4 gets the kill on maybe by himself, just diving into the tower.
Cost him his life, but
well worth it.
Knocking the sniper off his farm, definitely, as you say, is the top net worth. The same to be said with that killer from S4. He's very close behind.
Yeah, he got 607 gold for the kill.
A lot of money. S4 making the bank. Time and space here for Arme to some pressure onto the tier 1 tower top. Chalice. It's being eyed up a little bit by Jerax. All in all, a very close game so far. 12 minutes in, 7 for 6.
Xnova not quite level 6 just yet. Once they have that one, LGD can be more active with that, puck as well as the Dark Willow combo as we mentioned in the beginning. OG though, constantly making these moves. They've got Roar available again, and they've got the Magnetize too, with all these deep wards. And Notel getting all the space in the world to push down this bottom tower. He's getting some damage on this tier 2 already.
OG very ready to find a catch with Mad's Roar.
This ward behind the mid tower could actually net them a kill.
See what they can get. Chalice just a little too far away for Mad to open into.
They're bringing in more. Tower dropping to Edict.
FY stepping forward, not really the target they want to go for.
Look at this. The standoff.
He's clearing it out. They know exactly what's up LGD. In fact, they'll roll forward straight away. Fly gets caught on the front lines. That's Rubik down, and now they're looking for more LGD. Open moves onto Notel. Which target are they going to try for? Chalice, he's got the Dream Coil. Notel tries to go for the TP. They got any way to cancel it? Yes, they have. It's in there in time. Keeps Notel held back as LGD get a double kill for Somnus. And now they themselves can look to try and take the tier 1 in return for losing their own.
They read that map movement so well.
Actually, not losing those, so they kept their towers alive.
Yeah, they kept their tower alive. They read the map movement so well, though, because the Lifesteal is just pushing top and no one's contesting them, and they have that ward in the jungle, too. So they're just like, okay, no one of OG's showing on the map. Notel even rotated to the mid lane, so they were very well aware that OG's position there. Xnova.
To play around a little bit here with Jerax. Tries
looking pretty dead, though.
Tries to go with the Bedlam, but indeed Mad's there to shut him down.
Now OG can look for that tier 1 tower and finish it off. LGD just trying to take these fights until that Lifestealer has Radiance. Once they have that, they're going to be in a very comfortable spot as long as they're not too far behind. But S4 still kind of keeping up there. And with these rotations too, these kills that they get, small ones with the Beastmaster, Mad as well, already having pretty much solo crest on Beastmaster. But he is a bit, he's level 9, and I think Sniper is about to hit 11. A little bit on the, because they've been running around a lot, so he's a little limited on that experience, while you see LGD a little more split up.
OG, they are eyeing up.
Can they get enough here? Roar is up in 10 seconds. They ideally want to wait for that.
Yeah, I've got 4 heroes coming down here, OG, so a lot of numbers to have a look at, mate.
He silenced up, stun follow-up.
They're buying time.
He got the Roar too.
Got the Rage off though, so some of the follow-up damage is going to be limited. Goes for the TP up the Roar, and he's going to make it out. Getting that Rage off in time, just giving them that extra bit of protection.
They can look for a fight now too, because Magnetize was used as well as the Roar.
They do lose Nova. OG able to sweep across, catch out Dark Willow. Still, Arme keeping himself safe and alive despite that heavy focus from OG looking for him there. 2,700 gold coming up towards the Relic. He's still on track to make a very good timing on this Radiance.
Yeah, it's not really the greatest kill for OG there. Like, they claim themselves a net worth advantage now in the game, but they want to traditionally get either a core or they want to get a support into a tower. Yeah. Getting an objective out of those is the most ideal.
FY.
Bottom, FY. He could actually get brought down here. S4 is in the area.
He's totally on his own, FY. He's got to keep his distance. And we'll see if he gets a chance to. At the same time, Somnus was able to pick off the Earth Spirit. They're chasing
Stone
FY.
Coil.
They're going in underneath the tower, and they will find him. So FY will pay for that. Elsewhere, mid lane, Fly. Will fall. Nova gets the Shadow Realm hit. Cost him his life. Jump forward from PL to find the Dark Willow. No tail. Actually, see if we can find more of this. He knows that Somnus is low, but Somnus and Chalice, they'll just turn. They'll look to right-click him, and No tail can't kill Somnus in time. Jumps in to his own death.
That was, I mean, that was very overzealous there. S4 claims the bottom tower during it, but giving up a kill like that as a core versus a sniper gets him back. And the looming Radiance on the Lifestealer.
Pretty much got that Relic Arme. Bounty Rune should just about do it. The timings are there. The Lifestealer, same to be said for S4. S4 has got the Bloodstone.
Yeah. The thing is that OG, they've gotten a lot of the towers at least. They've got the tier 2 and the tier 1 bottom, tier 1 mid. So they've got a little bit more map control. But you see LGD, they do have deep wards at the moment to be able to watch the moves from OG in their jungle. Jarek's trying to get this Blink Dagger so they have a easier way of actually starting the fights. Because right now they have to just like walk in and get a Roar and these other abilities off. They don't have just like a Blink initiation. So when he's got that one, it will make it easier for them to close the gap on the sniper.
They're going to try for Roche. They do have that TD on No tail.
Scan catches on them though, and LGD is making their way over. They've got Blink on Puck. They've got the Terrorize. They've got the combo.
Dreamcore combo.
This could be
where we see it. They can get it in time. It's getting pretty low. Can OG finish it off? No, there we go. Straight away with the Terrorize. The Silence looking to jump in. Roshan's down, and they've managed to find both of them. LGD take the Roche kill, grab the Aegis onto Chalice. They've taken down 2 of OG. FY, he's actually going to be able to survive as well, as OG can't get anything in return. No tail's getting focused. The stun kicks in. They've lost 4 on OG as LGD turn up to the pit just in time. The Terrorize stopping OG from being able to either get the kill or take the Aegis, as LGD just take it all.
They didn't snap the coil, but it was
just the Terrorize.
I mean, it's perfect because they have the shrapnel on top. They get all the Puck spells too. Oh man, OG fully
Perfect
committing
fight
for it
from LGD. They, and just in time as well. Roshan was so low.
Yeah. And now that's pretty much Radiance done now for Ame, and that was the Bloodstone that S4 had, and it's down now to 10 charges.
A very painful fight for OG to find themselves in there. LGD.
Terrorize is just such a damn good spell. Like,
look at the Roche. Get out of the Roche, I mean, boys, you're off.
I mentioned this a little bit yesterday too. It's like the fear duration of 4 seconds at all levels, and look at the cast range too. That's the biggest thing for me on it. Like, look how far away you can be to cast that spell. You actually don't even have to be pretty much in the fight at all
I didn't
to get the
realize it
spell
was
off.
that crazy. That's, yeah, you're right. That's quite some cast range.
Yeah. Good hero.
There's a reason why we're seeing the teams go for it very early on in the drafts now. It's definitely getting into that point where it's full recognition of the majority of the teams that this hero, you want to be picking or banning it. Yeah. It's got its uses, to say the least.
OG need more time now for N0tail to actually be more significant in the fights. As we're seeing, he's pretty squishy and he doesn't really do much damage without this defusal just yet because he's gone for the Yasha build first. They pretty much have to solely rely on S4 for that deeps.
Look at Chalice. I wonder if... do you think he will buy the Veil? Could he be thinking of anything else? He's got 2.2k gold and he's yet to invest it. You think he may just buy the straight? Is there anything else he could opt towards because he has got a large influx of money?
It's not really like the greatest Veil game, right? Like you look at his team, they don't really have like crazy magic damage. I guess the Willow benefits from it a lot, but I mean he might go for that. He might still just go for Yules. I think either one is just fine. Just priorities.
Let's see what they can find out here as they come through with the smoke. Chalice with Ame held inside him. They know that there's the illusions here. They're going to spot the real N0tail, but N0tail able to jump to the side, but still, it doesn't matter that he dodged the green cog because everything else is going to get thrown his way.
So hard to play PL now, too, versus this Radiance that's been finished up. I mean, Chalice, too, like you mentioned, they get the Roche kill and they have Aegis, too, so now OG's just totally on the back foot.
This is OG getting shaken up. Jump forward.
Chalice gets forward instantly, but he's got
Aegis. He's ready for round 2. Can OG find anything more out of this? They're going to leave forward straight away in onto FY. They'll find the Tusk and the Dark Willow. They do get 2. It does cost them Jack. Can they find anything more here, OG? Definitely not the worst of situations for OG there, getting the 2 kills and taking that Aegis out of Chalice's hands.
He had the roar pre-clicked as soon as the puck jaunted in, got insta-roared in. It didn't look like LGD really wanted to pick a fight there, because you saw Ame, he was just farming down bottom as the lifestealer.
They're getting a bit ahead of themselves there, Chalice.
Yep.
I guess as
I
you
think
said,
he was just
expected to jump out.
I think he was just trying to jump away. Yeah, wouldn't have seen mad. I think he got, he had vision, so yeah, just a quick turn, roar. Be able to get brought down. You see Jerax instantly commit into the backline with S4-2. The snowball protected Somnus for a second for him to get the positioning to back away and get that kill onto Jerax. And now I like how maybe his itemization too. It's gone for the BKB. Mask of Madness, Dragonlance straight into BKB versus this gap closing lineup that OG can have.
Looking towards S4. S4 and his Bloodstone, he wants to keep it safe. He turns towards Nova. Snowball comes in.
They're on the high ground.
In fact, S4, they're going to be able to kill 1. They're going to be able to kill 2.
But now Ame.
So they're going to find the turnaround here, LGD. They turn towards N0tail. They'll take down the PL. S4 still in trouble and will fall. So despite building up a couple of Bloodstone charges, LGD, they'll be quick to make sure that they knock them straight back out of the hands of the Leshrac as they clean up once again.
And we do see Puck has switched the item build. It's going to be so for Lincolns to be able to block that roar. Yeah, I was like, the Veil didn't look like, sometimes you see like the Veil build when you have like Sand King and like all these other follow-ups, but Ame now walks into S4.
No, S4.
There's a roar.
He does have backup. Chalice comes in with the silence in the time for him to get a rage up. It's not. They've found 1. Can they get a second? Silence, the slow. They've got the stun. S4 has that follow-up.
Oh, gee.
It's quite a back and forth game because even though LGD did get the good play around the pit, so you see the net worth difference is minimal.
I mean, it's up and down. It's literally just between like 1K and 1.5K for both teams. It's a very, very close game still. But the big problem is that look at this. A Beastmaster is their highest net worth, then the Lesh, and then Phantom Lancer is way down.
Yeah,
and they need N0tail to be a significant carry in this game.
He's got the Diffusal Blade now. That is done. He has the gold for it.
Okay.
So now has a bit of a better chance of just getting those kills on those heroes before they have the chance to turn around and take him with them. But yeah, definitely, and this all-important game, OG still have to find that space for the PL. Get N0tail up there to a stage where he can stand against this lifestealer and Sniper. Somnus nearly having the Maelstrom done on top of the BKB.
Yeah. Mad's been having an excellent game though on this Beastmaster. He's been making all the rotations
he's
for
been
his
having
team.
a lot of impact.
And he now has a Shadow Blade too, so they can actually close the gap into the back lines onto that sniper. LGD. Have to be aware to protect that. They've already, I believe they actually spotted the Shadow Blade on Mad. I think he showed himself for a second because I saw FY's carrying dust and sentries and all that, so.
Now prepared, and LGD may just be looking to kick something off down here as the entire team pushing round on the bottom lane. OG are there by the tower without no tail at the moment, so just the 4 of them.
Yeah, they placed the preemptive sentry to try to scout the Beastmaster moving in. But OG, yeah, they know this whole position's coming out from LGD because they have that ward in the bottom lane that saw the rotation. And Notel has queued for a BKB, and they're delivering the Solar Crest as well now for Lifestealer on Ame. And they're slowly whittling down this tower. Look at the wraparound from OG here.
And they're not going to be tempted by the courier because they know they want bigger targets. They want bigger kills, bigger progress. They look towards Nova. They'll go for the Roar onto 1 straight away with the telekinesis. Jarek's on the back lines, goes for the stun onto 2, but Somnus immediately pops the BKB. They have lost Nova, but they're looking to find kills in return. Can they get S4? They're focusing down the left track. They've found 1. Now with the Dream Coil onto 2. Mad and Notel held down, but it gets
the 3-man stun.
That was a 4-man one, in fact. He got to them all. Jarek's with the control, and now the turnaround for OG. They'll make sure that they get a huge team fight win off the back of this as they take 4. Can they get Chalice as well? They're trying to chase down the puck. Jarex has got his eyes on him. Kicks forward the illusion as they'll find themselves the full 5-man team wipe. OG with that
fight.
Smoke.
Yeah. Absolute perfect
and
fight for them
Jarex
there.
as well. The start looks a bit up because Somnus immediately reacts to the BKB as you see Jarex jumps in.
But they get X-Nova, so there's no spells coming out from that Dark Willow, and the puck also, the initiation comes in a bit late, so you see that the coil comes out decently,
Jarex
but
looking for the angle, and then bam, he gets he gets Somnus, and then he gets the other 3.
Beautiful.
Incredible angle there for Jarex to find, and certainly sets that fight up for a full sweep in favor of OG as they now lead at a 4K net worth advantage.
And the experience too.
That was
swinging heavily.
I mean, because Jarek's one of those players we sort of talked about. He's had these games here where he just hasn't had, hasn't had the best of performances. But those sort of plays, that's the old Jarex we sort of know and love when he was back on his Earth Spirit. It still is there, and he can still bring it through. We'll see if he can do it again here in this match. As 21-21 stands on the kills, and still the big old sniper Somnus is there at the top.
The Roar attempted by Mad, but the Sentry Ward is down already.
And FY's here with a huge uppercut to the backside.
And now Fly as well will be brought down by that Infest Bomb.
As quickly as the great stuff comes through from OG, the small little mistakes as well, they will still be there. And LGD punishing them each and every time.
They're keeping the pace up though. OG's still they're trying to be active. That's why they got caught out there. Trying to make the space for No-Till to farm up. And they're actually making their way into the Roche Pit. LGD with those kills. They've got the Solar Crest.
Let's see if they get away with this. I mean, OG, down 2 members at the moment. Will they head over here at all?
They don't have their sniper at the moment, though. So it's going a little bit slow.
What have we got on the sidelines? Jarex is pushing in bottom. S4 was focusing in on top. And No-Tail farming the mid lane. They're not heading over here. And LGD in a very good place here to find Roshan and get the Aegis and Cheese.
When maybe gets there, the Roche tries way faster.
Let's see how it goes. Cheese for the Lifestealer, Aegis for the Sniper perhaps? No, the other way around. Aegis for the Lifestealer and Cheese for Somnus.
I mean, he is getting controlled on the Lifestealer. We saw in that last one. Sure, he popped the Rage, he was fine, but then as soon as the Rage wears off, he gets turned on. And look at the item he's queued up to. The BKB. There's that intense amount of magic damage coming from the Leshrac. And all the control, too. If they can roar him during the Rage, then they can continue that lockdown. And OG?
Let's be careful coming out like this.
They're all moving down, though. It's going to be all 5 of OG soon.
It is into an Aegis and a Cheese. Let's see how they can do it. They'll certainly Terrorize. To bring down one, so maybe not. Terrorize indeed is there, and Ame, he's not even going to lose the Aegis, as now he's ready to turn with the help of X-Nova. Jarax, used up for now. S4 actually just walks into the midst of it all. He wants to go, he wants to rumble. He looks towards FY, finds the stun. As he focuses down the Tusk, will get one of them. Arme trying to turn, but they've lost both of their supports here, LGD. Arme trying to fight back with the range of the open woods, but they've found him. They've taken down the Aegis. Somnus spots the BKB, but he's surrounded. Too much physical hit from OG. They've lost the sniper. They're going to lose the Lifestealer for a second time. Triple kill for none other than Mr. Big Daddy No-Tail. As OG once again taking a sizable team fight win, and that was into an Aegis and a Cheese. What's happening to LGD?
They caught them off guard. LGD were like, okay, we've got Aegis Cheese. They're not going to look to pick a fight. They kind of split themselves up. The sniper was going top. They just get completely caught off guard because of that from OG's quick movement, and now they're forced to bite back.
There's no buyback on sniper.
And they lost their gem during that as well.
Now, leading in onto Arme. Force out the rage, keeping Chalice. And Arme push back. OG.
They got this, Rex.
They have indeed. Nowhere to hold it. No-Tail popping the BKB and TPing out. There's no way for LG to hold him down. As that was the buyback from Arme being committed for that. To no avail, does not achieve anything for LGD. As OG are now standing with an 8k gold lead. And a melee Rex as well.
And the gem.
Yeah, those last two team fights, I mean, as you said, what's this, LGD getting caught out? It seems pretty uncharacteristic, because as we've seen, LGD, they have been giving us some pretty solid showings here in the group stages, but this game, it's just slightly slipping up.
Yeah, it's a bit sloppy. They're getting caught off guard because OG's moving fast, but also LGD, like that bottom situation, they were kind of looking for the fight, and then it just gets turned on from that smoke, but then afterwards, after they get Aegis and Cheese, OG they're looking for the fight. They were on the prowl. You did not see LGD like infested with the puck looking for something. They split up and all farmed and got punished for it.
And look at this now. We said they needed to get No-Tail back in the game. He is back in. Yep. He's second highest on the net worth. Him and S4, the way S4's been playing as well, he's feeling incredibly confident. He just runs into the center of the fight and instantly finds the slow and the stun onto one of the supports. He's done an excellent job of just getting in and just instantly taking a couple of heroes each time out of the fight.
And with, as our beautiful observers pointed out, with the itemization and with the now level 20 on Leshrac, a lot of damage coming in from that pulse.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be quite something for LGD to have to fight into. And they are on the search. They have FY carrying the weight of Arme as the Lifestealer Tusk combo looks for some sort of play. The whole entire team, in fact, looking to maybe catch something out. And OG, they want to keep the pace fast.
LGD, they do have the Infest prepared. This time they are in the position to respond.
Somnus on the front. Can OG really get to him?
Look at this positioning. Look at where Xnova is. So Xnova is pretty much sitting in the base.
Ready with the
Chalice is sitting behind. Yeah, they're all just prepared to get the counter initiation.
Yeah.
Sigil. We'll be trying to get some information.
S4.
Jarax rolls in. They see the Sigil. So we'll kill it. But LGD, yeah, they're playing this patient.
They know how the last two fights have gone. LGD, they want to make sure that they don't let a repeat happen. They do have very good ways to hold the base. They have got this sniper. So as long as they're alive, LGD, it is hard for OG to take another set of racks. They can just make sure that Somnus is always there to defend.
I think the LGD recognized like that they were just getting caught off guard, so they're trying to make the first move now. You see they're still infested. They're really just trying to catch OG now.
Somnus revealing himself, trying to act as a bit of a bait. We'll see if OG bite.
He still has the cheese available, so he has BKB and Mjolnir too to deal with that Phantom Lancer. If they're able to protect him, he can be that big damage dealing force. Top Shrine. Starting to get siege now.
Do LGD want to fight around this? They do still have some time left on the smoke. They're coming up and over. Already OG have backed away. They are no interest in being caught out by these movements from LGD.
Losing that gem in the bottom fight has been pretty detrimental to LGD too, because they have like no vision on the map. They just have this one ward defensively placed near their Ancients, so they have no idea where OG is actually playing on the map. And now No-Tail has a DD, and Ame, he spent too much time. He decides he needs to get some more farm since he's just been sitting inside of that Tusk for quite a while. Starting to fall very far behind, 12,000 net worth. in comparison to the 16.4 of the Phantom Lancer. 10k for OG, as well as a 10k experience lead too.
Look at this smoke usage. Each and every time OG immediately looking to go. Another smoke will be picked up by Xnova. As LGD currently holding the high ground. OG, can they find some sort of way to enter the base? It's going to be hard. There's still the tier 2 standing mid.
They are aware of the smoke now. Jerax cleared the top wave with Boulder Smash and clear, so you see LGD now playing more defensively in their base. OG though, they kill the one ward that LGD had on the map too, so the map is dark.
They'll find that tier 2. S4 cleans it out. It's
the
taking
shards?
Quite a bit of damage here as they blocked him in. Jerax comes in and kicks him out.
That was scary for a second. He got perfectly trapped inside of those shards with the sniper beating on him, but Jerax,
one of the times
saving grace.
A teammate kicks you and you're happy. S4's out of there.
So Jerax is going to be building toward a BKB now on the Earth Spirit too, just to be able to get into that front lines.
Motail getting closer and closer to the butterfly. Probably going to be a similar time as the MKB for Somnus if he wants to go full in on that purchase.
He's going to need it pretty soon. And we saw also Mad had picked up a book 3 during all this.
Boots to travel.
If they get a successful fight on the side of OG, the buildings are going to melt, as usually does with Beastmasters, but the book and Leshrac makes it a lot faster. How's our levels doing? Level 22 PL, 21 Sniper, 21 Lesh. Getting closer to those level 25s.
And the BKB very close for Arme. As we've seen, he certainly does need in these fights.
Yeah, they still have a sniper, and they're now just playing more of that high ground defense, which LGD is very known for. And now the full MKB is finished as well now for maybe.
The time is around the pit. Roshan will be back in just over 2 minutes. So it could be a case for OG waiting for that one to come through so they can get, especially like the refresher shard onto Mad. Before trying to push it again for that butterfly for Notel is complete. Depends how safe OG do want to play.
LGD still only has, now they have that another defensive ward placed down. And with the BKB finished, it looks like they do want to take a fight. The Infest is coming out.
And they know that it's around this time where Roshan could be coming back up.
They're also they're getting out farmed, so they have to make some kind of move. Otherwise, it's just going to get worse and worse. And they get vision.
Found the initiator. If they can get upon this Beastmaster, it will be pretty big. He's actually going to survive for now. Snowball comes out. They're focusing the Beastmaster, but Matt gets the chance to turn and roar. They've taken down the Tusk. Somnus plus the BKB, but Big Daddy Notel focuses him and takes out the sniper. Jump forward from Jerax. He's ready to try and clean up for more. S4 uses up Xnova. He's got the stun to follow up. That's a third hero down on LGD. And now the buybacks are coming out from Xnova. He wants to get back in on this, and so does FY. Chalice nearly bringing down Jerax. Jerax turns with the Boulder Smash, holding back the puck. Mad ready to come back in from the Invis with a quick axe throw. Takes Chalice out. These 2 buybacks of LGD not looking to achieve anything at all for the side as OG once again get away with the team fight, even though they were the ones being jumped on.
And even though there's a cheese too on the sniper, he just gets brought down so fast from all that sheer physical damage. When he pops the Mask of Madness, losing that 8 armor, he becomes very squishy. And Ame, his damage is very underwhelming with all the items now that OG does have. You see he jumps in with the puck right away, but he can't actually target anybody because they've got all these ways to save. The Shadow Blade on Mad to run away, and just that amount of armor on S4.
They know that if they can get that Beastmaster, it's going to be pretty big. But instantly, Mad able to keep himself alive long enough to turn around and fight, but actually have to go back to the live game as we're seeing already Nova just getting caught out outside. That's a die back from the Dark Willow, down for 70 seconds. It just doesn't stop it from OG. They are on the up and up after a bit of, a pretty rough start. They have recovered perfectly, and now it seems almost impossible for LGD to try and get themselves back on top.
They really just lack the damage, and they can't protect their sniper. Like, Ame he tickles them at this point. And They're actually just looking for him right now. Do they have the follow-up? They do.
They've got the roar. It's going to be jumping. The snowball's going to buy him some time. They're looking towards S4. Arme trying to get himself out of this chaos. Somnus again. He just gets focused down each and every time by No-Tail, who jumps upon him. They'll turn towards FY. S4, Fly, and Jarax will get him. And Arme now surrounded. There's 3 dead on LGD. Arme's BKB is going to wear off shortly as they will bring down the Lifestealer yet again. 4 dead on LGD. 3 without buyback. Arme will buy back immediately, but this game is crumbling away for LGD. OG are turning up, and they needed to in this game. Everything on the line, and they are stepping it up to another level here, OG.
Yeah, and now Roche is up too. They'll be able to clean that one. I'm liking how they're taking the approach in the fights too. They have S4 as well as Mad just kind of like walking in to start the fight, and then as soon as they see Somnus, Jarax and No-Tail both instantly commit onto him. So he actually cannot protect himself by any means.
It just feels like we just haven't seen this sniper in the fights because he's just surrounded by the PL illusions every single time. They just can't create the space for Somnus to go to work.
I'm loving the chat wheel too between OG. Sikkim, the Sikkim from the Beastmaster, and the U-Rock from Earth Spirit. I like me some Dota Plus. And LGD trapped in their base again for a while, and OG with Aegis, with Cheese, with Refresher, Shard. A very comfortable spot. 23k gold lead, experience even more than that, and they are picking up their level 25s in a second now. So you see them kind of farming up for a moment until they have those before they really want to take the last big fight. So PL about to have that as well as Aleshrak.
We've got to remember though, Kyle, the Prophet, he said this would happen. He said the power of friendship would get them very close to winning, and then LGD will win. There's still a chance that this narrative goes that way.
Just because of Kyle. Just because of Kyle.
There's a tiny chance, but there is that chance there that somehow, we don't know how,
I mean,
LGD could still win this game.
But it
looks like
pretty damn hard, yeah. What's our win? Do we have a win percentage that we can see? Oh, God.
Oh, I mean, it's actually turned towards LGD on that last 30 seconds.
I mean, it's looking extremely difficult for them, though, especially with these level 25s that are going to come out, too. I mean, it doesn't seem like they have the damage coming out from the Lifestealer, and they can't protect the sniper.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when it comes to the high ground offenses, it is different, because every single fight we've seen, they've been able to get down on top of Somnus outside of the base.
Well, we'll just be able to roll away.
So if they keep the Somnus sniper up on the high ground, there is that chance. That is where the LGD winning comes from. If they can sit Somnus behind, right by the tier 4s, and he can chip away at OG overextending.
Look how fast this tower is going to die, though. Level 25 on
Look at S4. Look how fast he's losing health. He will be forced back. He will be fine. Quickly clear those illusions away from the sniper.
Got earned charges. They will heal S4 up, and the Edict's up again in 5 seconds. I don't really get to see too much level 25 flash strike, so it is quite a treat seeing how fast those buildings die.
S4's having a lot of fun this game. 11-7-20. He has had huge impact in the way he's entered these fights. Sure, his Bloodstone count, it's been up and down, a bit all around, but his play as a whole has looked very impressive on the left.
Yeah, definitely. Mad. Shadow Bladed. They put down a Sentry Knobs, though, so they do see him. FY.
Forward straight away, but immediate the silence, and Polar Smash comes out in return. FY is now sort of trapped outside the base. He's got the snowball towards Mad. Mad falling incredibly low. Arme trying to step forward. They managed to find the Rubik. They're going to be able to take down his S4's Aegis as well as the Beastmaster. No-Tail pods the BKB. He's trying to get into it, but the Warrior's punch goes through. He's trying to man up, but LGD, they're surrounding him. Can No-Tail get these kills? He'll take down the sniper. No sniper for 80 seconds now without buyback. Snowball forward onto No-Tail. Been the buyback here from Mad. He wants to rejoin this push, but he's having to walk towards it. No-Tail doppelganger, incredibly low, but will keep himself at distance. Buyback now available for Somnus, and he'll use it straight away. S4 stunned up, assassinate. They've taken him down. S4's gone. Jarax rolling himself away. The snowball up to the high ground. FY can't quite close the gap as they keep their mid lane racks alive. Both mid and top will survive. They are holding back OG LGD.
Yeah, like you mentioned though, it is all about that like high ground defense when you have Sniper. It makes it a completely different element because he can keep that distance, but he does have to buy back. So it's economical warfare. And they didn't actually get to use the Refresher Shard on Mad, but they were able to pick out the Aegis, take out the Cheese, but No-Tail does survive and now has a full attack. Full HP because of that DD and that critical strike. They have to have maybe fully in the back lines, though, to protect him. Now they have an Aghanims.
They do have the Aghanims.
On the puck, too.
Aghanims, puck, Dream Call, and Terrorize. That's... If they hit that combo, that's very hard to recover from in these team fights. Can they really swing things around, LGD?
Mads opted for a Blink Dagger because you know he keeps noticing that there's always going to be Sentry Wards now at this point in the game, so he wants to have that just instant Blink Roar to get the initiation to find that sniper or the Lifestealer, depending on which one he wants. Ame is going to be going for AC, has the Hyperstone as well as the Plate Mail, so a little bit tankier. Full Nullifier though on Jerax too.
I mean, they know that Somnus without buyback, if he can just get on top of him with the Nullifier, the sniper should pretty much be dead unless we see FY come in with some sort of godly save with the Snowball and sort of the team play around it with Terror. There are still ways to peel heroes away from Somnus, but with that Nullifier, if they do get on top of him, that sniper is just dead.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't actually build a Hurricane Pike this game either. He wanted to have those bigger items, but he's now queued it up. To just distance himself, he has to just be all the way in the back lines, and the siege begins.
OG keeping both of these waves, should be right up to the base. Squall's going in, they do smoke up LGD. Looking for a good angle to get potential jumps on any members of OG if they do come too far forward. And then Notel heading in.
Terrorize doesn't connect.
Do try with the combo with the Dream Cop, but it's off the mark. That won't get them, and now
Jerax is in.
Oh, he's got the Nullifier straight away, but there's the Snowball save. Buys time here for Ame. The Roar coming out on the side, though. They managed to catch out X-Nova, who buys back immediately on the Dark Willow. Ame gets the chance to put the Rage, but he's being focused down by Notel. Notel looking to chase down the Lifestealer, but the Glimmer Cape play will keep Ame safe and back. X-Nova, the second Roar. It will come in and take him down. There's a dieback from the Dark Willow. Chalice caught out by the stuns. S4 comes forward, assassinate onto him, but he pops the BKB. They've got all of the racks. They got what they came for, OG. And now they may even get more. Snowball comes through from FY, keeps him alive. Ame trying to look towards Fly, but the 4-star play will tear Fly to the side and keep him safe. Jerax rolls away, and LGD just can't quite catch any heroes of OG off the back of that. As OG, as you say, they are very, very happy with this position. As they have cleaned up all of the racks, LGD can't kill a single one of them. And the game difficulty increases tenfold for LGD now.
Yeah. I mean, they missed the big initiation, right? They didn't get the Terrorize, they didn't get the Dream Call, and from there, OG just kind of walked in on them with that level 25 on the Lesh too. He just kind of goes near the racks, and it implodes. Or explodes, I guess.
And S4's nearly got the Octary. Of course, with all the gold that's flying in.
Yep.
What we've seen from Notel after the Satanic. Nothing at the moment. Just saving up the gold. Obviously getting to a point where, even though they are 3 sets of racks up, the buybacks are going to still be very much important for OG.
Looking pretty damn hard, though, for LGD. Almost impossible now. What's our win percentage? Let's take a look at that.
It's not going to be great. It's pretty much down there.
That looks like 100, right?
It says at the bottom left, but we can't see.
I can't see it.
Oh, no, it is 100. Yeah,
it is 100. Okay.
It is 100%. So at the moment, 0% for LGD.
At the moment.
According to Gaben, there is no way back in for LGD.
I think this is where you queue up a Divine Rapier on Sniper. Oh, he did. Okay. I just clicked on him. Yeah, he did.
We've got some fun, because we've got the Rapier for Sniper, and also the fun one, FY, is very close to having the Aghanim's.
Oh, okay.
So
I love that. I love that Walrus
kick him into base, kick him into the fountain.
Kick him away from the Sniper, too.
Yeah.
Okay. See if they can hold OG.
Can OG really throw away a 30k advantage? I mean, we've seen OG have some rough times, but I don't know. I don't think they can. Surely this game.
They've got a smoke available now, too, so they can actually just walk up into that high ground, maybe get a catch.
Yeah, it should be 1 catch away from being over in favor of OG. Let's see what they can find here. They've found the opening straight away in. They're looking for the Lifestealer. They've got the Nullifier down him.
And they've
found him.
No
Ame
buyback.
gone for 2 minutes. That should be the kill that they need to close things up. Notel does get stunned up.
Kicked away. And the base, the throne is dying.
The throne is dying. This should be OG closing things up. LGD forced back to base. Jerax will fall, but GG is called as OG will take the game against LGD. And as it turns out, Kyle just didn't believe in the power of friendship hard enough.
No, he did not.
Not quite hard enough, Kyle.
There was a moment there for OG where it was a bit concerning, right? When that Roche happened, when they were able to steal it from everything from LGD, but then OG, they were just really quick with their movements. Yeah. Even though LGD afterwards, they get the Aegis and Cheese too, they all split up. They went to farm. That was the crucial moment where OG, they smoke, they get those big kills, and from there, it was kind of just the OG show.
It really was, yeah. LGD sort of lost it, and OG did everything with that opportunity. It was just top-tier play and the S4 Leshrac. Very impressive to see him make it work, and not only just work, but work against a lifestealer that was picked up in reaction to him.
And the mid Beastmaster.
The mid Beastmaster. Mad showing us he can do it on these melee heroes. As you said, it had a huge impact in the mid game. But overall, well played there from OG as they take the victory against LGD in a very important game for them.
Yes, indeed, very important win for OG. It also means we only have 4 different scenarios remaining now for the playoff picture, and none of them involve no playoff matches. There definitely will be at least one, and OG will be playing in that. How many more we have will depend on the next 2 results as well. Kind of congrats to Kyle. Sort of. He sort of believed in the power of friendship. OG played really well.
Yep, I think they did. I also feel like LGD didn't
play very well.
Their item choices were really strange. Yeah. The puck went like Treads, Blink into Lincolns. The Lifestealer going this Radiance Rush build, which I'm just really never a fan of in a game like this, where if you look, even if he just gets like an armlet first, it allows him to like make moves, and that's what allows him to like counter heroes like Leshrac. They're very low armor HP. You get delivered on top of them, and all of a sudden Leshrac is dead. But when you play this like really passive style, they get to this point where the Beastmaster PL is just super strong, and then they have a Leshrac running in behind him, and the Willow play seemed to leave a lot to be desired. It feels like a hero that really only the Western teams have mastered at this point, and well played by OG. It was definitely an improvement upon games in the recent past, but they still can do better, I think.
I mean, they always seem to pull it out, don't they, when they're under pressure to win. They seem to come back and win no matter what the lineup is. Jack, not a good presentation from LGD this time round, though. They have been the best Chinese team here, but that was a poor result and a poor showing, wasn't it?
Yeah, you saw that fight before under the tower where Chalice basically starts a team fight under the tower with Aegis when Ame is bottom farming. And I think that was kind of the turning point for this game. LGD's lineup already have this issue where they don't take towers especially well, so they have to keep up the pressure and keep winning fights. Once that fight happened, again, that was a huge turning point. You have PL, who we talked about during the draft, goes from early game, really fearing some of these pucks and some of the other heroes who can just shut him down and kill him quickly, to late game being a hard counter to these 2 cores, especially the way the Lifestealer itemized with the Shivas, as well as the Sniper just has a ton of trouble dealing with PL, even with the Mjolnir. So it basically went from Notel having a really tough game early on to reaching a point where his core just does very well against LGD's cores. Those mistakes you cannot afford to make if you're trying to close out this game, and that's what gave OG the opening.
Yeah, Winter, you said yesterday sometimes this game is a game of who makes the least amount of mistakes, and LGD made far too many in this game, didn't they?
Yeah, but at the same time, OG still like showed in the earlier parts of the game why they are struggling. Because this game, PL is supposed to be the one like farming a lot, but in the earlier stages of the game, he was like fighting a lot with his team. Like he should be like focusing more on farming. Like earlier part of the game, PL was like 3rd in terms of net worth among his team, which you kind of don't want that. You want a PL to be your most farm hero, and Leshrac, Beastmaster fighting a lot. So I feel like this is what we talk about OG a lot on this panel. They have this kind of core distribution where Notil gets the hero that needs most farm, but he's fighting a lot. And Sebastian is the one like creating space because that's how he wants to play. And Notil is kind of like doing the same thing as well.
Yeah, and Miracle didn't. I mean, it was, like we said earlier on, it was a very defined path about what those two were going to go and do, wasn't there? Yeah. In terms of OG, it does give them a last chance.
They have the ability
playoffs.
To qualify at least.
Yeah, they do. And they play Vici at the very least. They could end up playing Newbie in that round robin as well, but they do at least play Vici, where they beat earlier on in this tournament. So I guess that's something they can take away from this. The scoreboard on your screen right now.
Yeah. To note, the Sniper didn't buy a Force Staff until like the very end of the game, and I think he wants Pike like at least 2nd or 3rd item. I think it's like the go-to item when you're playing against heroes like PL, Earth Spirit, where you can kind of just force away, gain a little bit more positioning, and play around your Willow and Tusk a little bit better. And I was so shocked that he didn't have one until like 5th item.
39-28 overall on the scoreboard as far as OG are concerned. Very good news from them. Who's the MVP, Jack?
I think I might give this one to Jurex. I feel like he not only got like very farmed just through fighting and through surviving, but he had a huge role in this game in terms of slowing LGD down. So, and then punishing some of these squishier heroes with the missed spell cast. You need to be there on point with the silence or the stun. Suddenly that core goes down and the hero goes down, and you can turn the fights around. The
MVP has gone to Jack in this particular game.
Wow.
Man, we're giving that award out. It's only like 2 o'clock. I don't know if that's much of an achievement. Wait till like 6.
It's quite early for Jack.
Yeah. Straight from the fogged archives.
Yeah. I think last thing on OG, I think they just need to find a team identity. And it's so hard when they're making this big change from what they did in the past and what was so successful to the players they have now. But what's of most importance when you're trying to build a successful Dota team is to draft and play that in a way that complements the players on your roster. Not on VPs or EGs or Secrets or any of these teams you might be trying to emulate. It's how do I get the most out of my own players, my own team, and what puts us in the best position for us to succeed. And that's really difficult.
Yeah, that's, I mean, that's what they used to do, Winter, isn't it?
I think Notel needs to just farm. That's what I feel. He needs to fill in the void that's been left gaping open right now. Like, they have too many utility players. So I remember during the earlier days of Monkey Business, he was actually doing quite a lot of Sven, like position 1 hero Juggernaut, and he was like farming away the whole game, and he was delivering, he was carrying the game. So I think he needs to return to that kind of playstyle, whether he likes it or not.
Okay, do something for the team. We're going to move on. Our next match is just around the corner. Optic involved in the next one against King Gaming, who don't really have anything to play for other than pride on home soil. I'm sure they'll be doing their best to put the spoilers on the party that Optic are going to have. A win for Optic will secure them a place in the second round of the playoffs in the top 2 position. We'll see how they get on after the break.